Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action, finally casting a game that I'm not playing in, which I'm very excited to do. Haven't casted some non-me Yomi in quite some time, really looking forward to it. This will be Yomi Olympic Carnival, so it is a conquest format tournament. As soon as you win with a character, you have a character stable of 3 characters that you've picked at the beginning of the event. You can only pick those characters, and every set you have to win 1 time with each character. As soon as you win with a character, they can no longer be picked. After every round, you do double blind pick again. So there's some interesting little mind games that you can do at the beginning of the match to figure out, depending on what my opponent has and what my character has, what we are likely to see. And I told Caralad that I would be doing a bit of analysis on what I would expect to see first from both players. So Caralad is playing Troc Zane de Grey, and Southpaw Hare, his opponent, who hasn't shown up yet, is playing Gloria, Zane, and BBB. So kind of an interesting dynamic between those 2 teams. I would think that probably neither player wants to land in a Zane v Zane, because it's very coin flippy. You're going to lose your character to, if you win, you lose Zane off your roster and your opponent still keeps his Zane. And if you lose, then you're down 1 match. I don't know. You've kind of coin flipped your way into a loss, is the way I would see it. Southpaw Hare is definitely going to want to avoid Caralad picking Troc into his Zane, and he's going to want to avoid what is he going to want to avoid? Caralad's going to want to avoid de Grey versus Zane, I would expect. So I actually don't know what we're going to see. I'll respond to Legion in a minute here. So he thinks he's going to open Gloria. I suppose I could see it. I was thinking that Caralad might open... I think there's a possibility that that Southpaw Hare opens with Zane, just because there's a... Well, I guess no, there's 2 out of 3 matchups are bad for him, right? So he might not do that. On the other hand, yeah, Zane is kind of the weak character for is kind of the weak character for Southpaw Hare, it feels like. So maybe he tries to get him out of the way. Maybe he does like the 50-50, since the only character Zane's really effective against is de Grey, and I think he's confident in his BBB versus de Grey. So I actually think that we might see Zane first turn out of Southpaw Hare, and assuming Caralad thinks the same way, then Troc seems the obvious choice. But Troc is such a strong character against Southpaw Hare's entire stable. I think Troc does very well against Gloria. Obviously, he does great against Zane, and versus BBB, it's only a 50-50. It's not that bad a matchup, really. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see what we're going to see there. So I'm going to say Zane for Southpaw Hare, and I'm not sure about Caralad. Yeah, maybe he just gets him out of the way first. So... You know what? I'm going to call Zane Mirrors. Zane Mirrors in the opener. That'll be my read. The other thing, though, is that Southpaw Hare likes to just open with BBB. I don't know about this format in particular, but just generally, in a lot of the open cast, like if you can pick anybody, standard format, standard counter pick stuff, they'll often open BBB. Yeah, okay. Could see that. So now it just remains for Southpaw Hare to arrive. We're a minute early. All right, there we go. We will soon be off to the races. Okay, so locking in my predictions, Zane for Southpaw Hare, and I want to say Zane for Caralad as well. I'm going to call the coin flip mirror. Not surprised. I believe you. All right, here we go. Oh. Reads are 50-50. Okay, Trock versus Zane. So Southpaw Hare, his goal here is just to not get walloped. Okay, Caralad trying to pressure Zane's ability to block there. Southpaw Hare opening up with a jack. The jack is very interesting. Tells me he doesn't have any 2s or 3s in hand. Ooh, okay, yeah, no, sorry. Just realized, I was like, oh god, he crushed him with the 9. No, it doesn't matter because he's got meaties. So obvious king throw, snatches that up. Trades relatively well. Yeah, still comes out. He's lost 2 combat, or he's lost a combat, and and he's basically a little bit ahead. Fairly even. There we go. Continues pressuring. Southpaw Hare with a fairly strong read on the fact that he doesn't have 2s or 3s to be oppressive early. He doesn't want to give Zane any additional cards. He doesn't want to allow him to block. Wants to push him towards pushing the attack button. See if he keeps it up. That's 3 throws in a row. There we go. Punishes a 5 throw. So 4th throw in a row would have worked. I probably would have gotten my block thrown there. Caralad slightly down on cards, but rapidly pushing Southpaw Hare into the mid game here. Okay, both players take a second to block up. Caralad now expecting Southpaw Hare to defend himself, some big normals. Expect Southpaw Hare to play the 2 or 3 as soon as he draws it. Ooh, nice 10 throw. All throws are basically equivalent. Although I guess not technically in this matchup. If Trock really gets stuck in a corner, Zane's 5 can do a little bit of damage. Ooh, has the second ace. Nice damage off of that. Staying fairly even here, both in cards and in hit points. Wow, Southpaw Hare really getting aggressive with these throws. Okay, it doesn't flip much off shenanigans. Might have some more damage in his hand, though. Maybe a big normal into... Nope. Not much of that. Okay, that is 3 10s, 3 5s in the discard. So that is going to leave Southpaw Hare fairly low on dodges. Not that he particularly needs them in the late game. And Zane has a ton of throws, so he's not going to run out of those. But expect it to be slightly more difficult for Southpaw Hare to get around Eagle Totem, especially with 2 aces in the discard. He's going to need to build a hand to be able to pick those back up, or hit with Gold Burst. So essentially, Anarchy is off the table, except through use of Gold Burst here. Goes for the king, try to get some knockdown. Okay, Caralad respects it, allows Southpaw Hare to trade 2 cards for one of his dodges. I like that. I like the patience. That should significantly weaken Southpaw Hare's hand. Caralad not getting those attached blocks that he needs. Okay, it feeds him a few cards here. Going for the 4 just to try to beat a high normal from Zane. Zane has managed to find his way to 8 cards in hand. Nice, good block from Caralad. Gets that first attached block. This could be an opportunity for Southpaw Hare to get in with some additional throws here. If Caralad really wants to get that second attached block, he is going to go defensive a little bit more often than he might ordinarily do. Ooh, okay. I expect this to be dodge into king or a jack. Face down from Caralad. Interesting. I hope it's not real. Okay. Was not. Bluffing with the dodge. So he could be stuck in a position where... Okay, so that's interesting. Dodges. Yeah, okay, so he had a fair amount of dodges. Gets rid of 2 queens and an ace. That is 2, 4, 6, 7 cards on the bottom. So pretty good odds that he is... So he's closer to a joker, and he's closer to another king than he was a second ago. So we'll see if Southpaw Hare goes for a king or a jack here. Okay. It's gobbled up by another king. So that is another 6 points of damage differential. At this point, though, Caralad is getting fairly low on life, so that 9 damage is not nothing. 21 damage is doable off of a throw for Zane. He has 24 damage ceiling on his throws. His kings are going to be very dangerous here because 2 kings have already been spent by Caralad, and we saw 2 queens go to the bottom of the discard and a single ace. So it's going to be difficult for him to find, good anti-meaty cards. Ooh, there's that big normal we were talking about. 6 right after the king was played just a second ago. So this, again, has a high likelihood to be a joker. Southpaw Hare drew some really good cards, though, off his shenanigans, so we're probably going to see 6 into 7. Or 6 queen, 9 jack, if he's got it. Having to think about whether he wants to follow this up. Ooh, and that's it for game one. Southpaw Hare getting the best possible outcome out of that match. With so he saves his Zane. His Zane is now off the table. Caralad's Troc is still in play, but he didn't get the advantage of that first kind of counter pick. So both of them will go back to character select here. Southpaw Hare now has to pick between Gloria BBB, and Caralad can pick any of his three characters. I would expect that we will see De Grey next. Caralad is... So we are very likely to see Southpaw Hare lead Gloria next, just so that he can hold on to BBB and play BBB versus Troc. I think that's going to be the goal. So I think it's a very, very high likelihood. Oh, wow, I'm surprised. Okay. So Caralad switching to Zane, Southpaw Hare switching to BBB. So I think Caralad expected the switch to Gloria here. So this is a way. So if Southpaw Hare loses here, he does remove Zane from his opponent's cast against Gloria, and that is a very difficult matchup for Gloria. Ooh, are we going to see the first turn? Throw into slipstream phase? Wow. Zane, okay, so you've heard it here, folks. Zane confirmed always starts with an ace in hand. So big starting damage. The difficulty in this matchup is going to be if Caralad ever gets taken to range, it's going to be really rough stuff for him. BBB can oppress with normals. He can oppress with his queen, just playing queen over and over and over again. The only defense that Zane really has against that is a lot of dodges at ranged. And those can, of course, get snagged with kings, and they can get blocked out as well. Okay, Southpaw Hare picks up an ace. Are we going to see another king show up here? I would expect Caralad to start dodging. Yeah, there we go. Not sure what Southpaw Hare was looking for there with that dodge. I would have been very surprised to see an attack come out of Zane in that situation. Ooh, there it is. The 2 attack comes out. And we are playing at range, my friends. So, has Southpaw Hare found a queen, is the question. And how's he going to choose to play this out? So, king is low... BBB king, you wouldn't expect here because he's already played one. Yeah, so Caralad just going down to block. It's like, okay, if you've got another king, then I'm in trouble. I'll start dodging and respecting it. But until you show me you've got king or queen, I'm just going to sit here and block for a little while. It's already at 10 cards, so this could be an opportunity for him to build a bit of a hand. Okay, no, immediately gets out, so he's going to break range. Unfortunately, he's not going to get any damage off of this, but he will get an opportunity to go for a cross-up. I think we see Southpaw Hare block. Ooh! Ooh, that's a nice hand to get rid of. Wow, 3 sevens, 2 queens, an ace, and a joker. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, that was a pretty brutal creator and destroyer. So expect a 100% like 9, 6, or throw range from Caralad here. There you go. If you've got the joker, you might as well spend it. Okay, that's going to reshuffle those cards that were sent to the bottom of his deck, so his odds of drawing into that good hand, or any component of that good hand, are going to be increased now. Also possible that he's found another king. There's kind of two plays here. Caralad could go with a 5 or a 7 throw and basically option select a dodge into king or raw king. And Southpaw Hare has to threaten either a robo headbutt or just the jack long arm, which is uninterruptible and can combo into some big damage. Ooh, yep, gets option selected. Did reveal an option that I don't think Caralad was particularly looking for, but one that lost to the same mix-up nonetheless. Okay, big damage and knockdown out of this. We got another setup. Southpaw does have 2 aces in hand, but I think at this point for Caralad, you probably just play into them. Rather than get hit by some sort of mix-up attempt. Yeah, there you go. It's like, go ahead, hit me with 2 aces or 3 aces if you got them. I don't particularly care. It's only damage. I've got 70 hit points. And I am slowly killing you. Or actually, rapidly killing you. Do we have another jack? Wow. The draws, they are good. So again, I hope Caralad just goes in again on this one. I'd like to see him just play a normal. Something that loses to AA but doesn't lose to any other attacks, basically. Southpaw Hare's got to think about whether Caralad's going to dodge here or if he's going to keep being aggro. Ooh, nearly the checkmate. So does that tell us that he's still got another crash bomb? Or was that just a bid, a desperate bid to try to close things out? Ooh, overdrive on knockdown. This can get interesting. If Caralad has another king, I expect him to immediately play it. 2 kings already spent. He's about halfway through his deck, so he could have found another one. He could gold burst up. That would also be good. Ooh, wow, the brave block, though. My God. That's ridiculous. Another overdrive. It's 3 of 4 spent. 2 kings played. So maybe another king from... Again, as soon as you find a king as Caralad, you are just mashing that. If he's got two hidden aces, that would be a pretty good time to play them. Ooh, gets the dodge. And unless we've got another joker on deck... Oh, okay. One joker gone, so if this doesn't work out, it could be dicey. Caralad just tack the 7 on. Yeah. All right, there we go. Evens things up. Both Zanes now eliminated. So we have Troc de Grey on Caralad's side and Gloria BBB on the Southpaw Hare side. Well, I think maybe as Southpaw Hare, you... yeah, exactly. You probably don't expect Troc, because there's a chance that that Caralad would have to face BBB as Troc. You probably see de Grey a lot here, but I'm not sure. I'm a little under the weather, so if I'm completely off base here, let me know in the comments, because I'd actually like to know what the what your likely valuation is. Okay, yeah. Top 2. All right, de Grey versus BBB. So if this matchup has an interesting possible endgame, if BBB loses all of his kings and de Grey gets put at range If BBB loses all of his kings, de Grey gets put at range, and de Grey has a life lead, it's an automatic victory for de Grey, so long as he's standing. Because he can endlessly play the ace dodge, and there is no move in the game that BBB can actually play to either A, end range, or B, throw the ace dodge. So, interesting little setup there. So, I doubt we'll see it, but definitely something... definitely something to keep in mind as a potential fun game state that we could see. Okay, so early 7th row after blind. Basically, there's no known power up. The difficulty that de Grey is going to have in this matchup is that he has very few options that actually contend with BBB's normals. Wow, second ace. Good draws. His 3s and 2s are good. His jacks and his kings are good. And he can power up his aces, but everything else can really risk getting blown up. He doesn't have a 4, and a 4 is very valuable in this matchup. Ooh, gets caught dodging again. The option select 7 that forces an attack from Southpaw Hare. Okay, doesn't have anything to back it up, so most de Grey players would consider that a mistake to play the 7 when you don't have damage behind it. In this case, I think it makes a certain amount of sense. It's a fairly good option select on the BBB player's turn. It hedges against the 7th row, which is a possibility. Although we did see an early 7th row from Southpaw Hare, so probably less likely to see that. Ooh, the undercut of the 3. That is very unfortunate. But we are going to range. De Grey has a known ace in his hand. Wow, nice damage. This is looking very good so far for Southpaw Hare. Now the question is, does Southpaw Hare have a king? If he does have a king, is he going to play it immediately? And is Caralad going to assume the king is there and immediately play an attack as his first thing, just to prevent his ace from being snatched? I think a block from Caralad here is actually very good, because it hedges against the possibility of the king. Ooh, okay, just go straight for the attack. It hedges a little bit against the possibility of the king, right? If you lose combat, you just lose a block. And if Southpaw Hare doesn't have the king, he might be tempted to block there because he knows Caralad has an ace, and so he might expect Caralad to just play the aces. Okay, so we have a known king in Southpaw Hare's hand. Ooh, gets put to range again immediately. Do we have any damage behind this? We might see a queen come out here, or a jack just to fill in a little bit. Okay, yeah, queen just for the damage. Ooh, and immediately gets his ace grabbed. This can be very unfortunate. At range, things are actually pretty decidedly, I think, in BBB's favor. Caralad only has kings and... oh, grabs over and over again. Like, you've got to respond. And the threat of normals in this situation is very, very high. All of BBB's normals are 1.0 speed at range. He's got a cross-up opportunity here. So the only thing that de Grey has that can beat normals here are King and Gold Burst. So expect a dodge from Southpaw Hare to take advantage. Yeah. Caralad stands up with the block, trying to play it patient. Southpaw Hare hoping that Caralad fell into the rule of threes there. Seeing Southpaw Hare having played 2 throws in a row. Just beat the throw. Oh, gets the ace immediately thrown. Southpaw Hare in a very similar situation to last game that Caralad was in, which is like, okay, go ahead, play your super. I don't, beat my king. I don't care. Because I've got 72 hit points and you're at 18. So I think I can probably take it if we go back to neutral. So I would expect a cross-up attempt here from Southpaw Hare. He probably doesn't have the 3. I think he would have played it earlier if he did. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Nice place for a queen there. Okay, immediate power up for aces. Like, okay, as soon as we go back out of range, I'm going to have the dominant speed attack, and you're just going to have to try to keep me off you. I think we see a lot of dodges from Southpaw Hare now. Ooh! Okay, that's a big queen from Caralad, winning combat and knocking down. This could be a good setup. Wake up throw from Southpaw Hare. I think wake up throw here from Southpaw is pretty damn good. You could also see wake up single ace. Okay, yeah. That's why I think it was really good. Okay, so we might have a joker situation here. So we could just see a throw. No, he's going in. Trying to cash out as many of these queens as possible. Ooh, no joker. Is this the comeback? From 5 hit points. Seen no jokers yet spent from Caralad. No jokers yet spent from Southpaw Hare. Dodges again successfully, getting past the robo headbutt. Southpaw trying to punish cross-up attempts and throws here. Another queen. We have the jack as well for extra damage. Ooh! Is this the joker? Oh god. No! 40 damage. My god. Okay, things evening up quite a significant amount. Old man's got moves. Yeah. Only 1/7 spent, and this may be why Southpaw Hare is mixing in so many attacks right now. So we know 2 aces here. We know 1 ace here. Okay, we know 2 aces here now. Tense stuff. Both of these players really want to win this one. You do not want to go to a to the last game. You don't want to put your opponent on set point for sure. Oh, has he done it? Has he done it? Do we have the joker from Southpaw? He could have it here. That might be just a little bit... Wow! Nicely done by Caralad. All right, so we are back. Okay, so Caralad is stuck on Troc. Southpaw Hare, yeah, immediately goes to BBB. You want to take the... well, I guess there's 2 different philosophies of decision-making here. You're going to have to play Gloria versus Troc. So one philosophy says, okay, just get it out of the way. You know, it's probably the more difficult matchup for you. On the other hand, you know, and if you lose there, then whatever, right? You at least you get out of the game faster, I suppose. The other philosophy says, no, stick, you know, take the good match, take the better matchup first. Try to maximize your odds on that one. Potentially frustrate your opponent enough that they are thrown into the last game, and then you have a better shot. So good big 6 attack here from Southpaw Hare. See if he has anything to tack onto this. He does not, or he chooses not to. That could indicate he's got a queen in hand. Okay, immediately gets a single ace. Not that that really matters at range. Potentially you get cross-up opportunities here, so that could indicate to Caralad that he should be paying attention for a jack or a king. Okay, nice. I like this from Caralad, just accepting that, hey, if you have a queen, Southpaw Hare, if you got a queen, you hit me, I get an attached block. It's totally fine with me. If you've got a king, I get thrown, I take 8 damage. That's fine. I've got a lot of hit points. So either of those are fine. And if you go block, or if you spend any dodges, that's advantageous to me as well. Nice. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so now Caralad has everything he needs out of range. He's got 2 attached blocks. So Beast Unleashed is going to be an option for him this game. He's definitely going to need it. Yeah, there we go. Immediate power up. And so Southpaw Hare should not respect AA at all. He should not push, like, you allow this to push him in any particular direction. Just keep playing queens or keep playing kings. Yeah, king is maybe a better option. It actually accomplishes almost less than the queen does, because at this point the queen also discards the block from Caralad's hand. Although the queen does give him a draw off of it, so actually, no, I take it back. The king is definitely the better option there. You know he's blocking, you king him 100% of the time. Cross-up attempt here? No, it just goes for queen, trying to get safe damage. Try to lock things down as quickly as possible. Playing the safest plays. No dodges yet spent at all from Southpaw Hare. Okay, gives him the knockdown. If I'm Southpaw Hare, I just wake up with a queen here. The only thing that'll beat it is jack or queen. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't look like Caralad actually has the tools he needs to get out of range, which is very unfortunate. So he is at 37 hit points. Now, if he can land Beast Unleashed, he puts Southpaw Hare at 35. So this is not over. Ooh, but it is definitely not a great place to be. Dodge into king. Okay. Now, this is looking very bad for Caralad. This is a queen 100% of the time, unless it's a dodge. But I think it is a queen. Okay, there we go. Caralad gets out. I'm actually surprised Southpaw Hare didn't go for a dodge there. Okay, if he's got a joker, he jacks 100% of the time here. Actually, you could just go for AA. No need to mess around with jacks. Okay. Caralad escapes the 7 attack. I think you respect this. Oh wow, no, just goes in for it. I think that might be a little greedy. He's not going to get an opportunity to get another Beast Unleashed attached. Yeah, so he just felt like, you know, if I respect this, it's possible that tells me that Caralad maybe doesn't have any more dodges, which is really unfortunate. because Southpaw Hare now has a brutal mix-up of normal attack or AA. Okay, stays alive. But yeah, yeah, the moral victory. Oof, yeah, this is not looking good. AA or throw from Southpaw Hare will clean this up. And those kings pretty much say to me that Caralad does not have a dodge. Yeah, and that's it. Alright, Southpaw Hare, BBB is eliminated. It's going to be Troc versus Gloria for the final match in the set. So yeah, so this is a matchup that was actually played as at not this last FSX, but the Fantasy Strike Expo 2 years ago. Sir Handsome played Gloria versus Thello's Troc in Grand Finals, and I think it was a clean sweep, which is very impressive. So I think this is a rather good matchup for Troc. Beast Unleashed is your victory condition, as always. So it's a little bit more difficult to land that for sure against Gloria, but Ace-Ace is also very, very good in this matchup. His queens and jacks are also very effective for hedging against kings and jacks on Gloria's side. So I think this is a rather good matchup. He's also got a lot of hit points, which is very, very important in terms of being able to resist overdose. Okay, Caralad getting a little bit anxious here, playing queen very early. Southpaw Hare playing a very stubborn, patient style. Ooh, doesn't have the ace yet. Okay, that's good. That's very good for Caralad. So expect Southpaw Hare to play very, very safe stuff until he gets that ace. And then starts doing stuff. So if I'm Caralad, I'm blocking for a few turns. Okay, never mind. I am wrong and I know nothing about this game. I think you cash in damage here, yeah. So ordinarily, you'd probably want to just throw and, you know, take the 8, prevent the heal. Actually, it might still be a good idea to just throw and prevent the heal on that particular turn. So Gloria is going to be at 9 cards because you've effectively thrown into a 4, which isn't great. You give up a card to do so. It's early game yet, so you know nobody's health totals are really on the line. So Southpaw Hare going digging for jokers as soon as he can find them, because it is very unlikely that in a matchup like this that Troc isn't going to get 2 attached blocks. And just like that, whoa, whoa, we're halfway there. Southpaw Hare going to continuously heal now, but the important thing here is just to deny the Gloria player the ability to overdose as much as possible. An 8-card hand with a healing sphere is, you know, it's not ideal, but it can definitely be worse. Ooh, gets tagged with the jack. This could turn into a lot of damage. Immediate face down from Caralad. Okay, good patience from Southpaw Hare. I wonder about that Joker a little bit. Yeah, you probably don't want to take a lot of damage there. That's probably fair. Okay, now we've got a known ace. Now it becomes a situation of Caralad may just go to Block City here, force Southpaw Hare to start throwing really aggressively in order to be able to overdose. Southpaw Hare could be in a position where he's got a high enough hand size that he's able to overdose even without winning combat. I think he's in a stable pattern right now. I think he can. Ooh, the throw. I'm really surprised about the throw there. So this is going to turn into 23. Yeah, there we go. Tags on the jack. He can get both of those back. Now, notably, he's not going to be able to get both of them back this turn. He's going to have to. He's very likely going to pick the ace back up in order to have the ace. If he doesn't pick up the ace back up, then it's because he's already got another ace in hand. That's something we can look for. Okay. So he either doesn't have another ace in hand, or he's going for, yeah, there's no world where he's got two other aces and has any real reason to play them, to be quite honest. But if he's got two aces, he's probably not throwing again anyway. Like, he's not throwing into ace-ace, because that's going to really hurt his hand size. He's not going to get the overdose off. Okay, nice queen on Caralad's part. Denies the overdose. Only going to deal 5 damage, though. So it's a nice hedge against throw/attack. But it's ultimately not going to lead into the kind of game state that he wants. He really needs to get that block or that healing sphere off of Gloria. Is that the 10 of hearts? No, 10 of clubs. Okay, so all the more reason to get rid of it. So Southpaw Hare's hand is the jack of hearts, the ace of hearts. Yeah, okay, so this is going into a throw 100% of the time. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he bluffs with a heart because it's basically a non-card in his hand. Okay, so this is good. This is a good spot for Caralad. He's pretty much stabilized. Southpaw Hare has both of the jack and the queen, which are really good wake-up options in the discard now. He's got a single ace of hearts. I think Caralad can get away either with blocking or a potential throw here. Ooh, went for really, really safe stuff and got punished for it hard. Now, this is going to put Southpaw Hare at 34. And Caralad's not really in danger to dying to Sun and Moon. But it would be a really big swing. So he definitely doesn't want to get hit with that. Okay, notably does not get the ace of hearts back, so the likelihood of Sun and Moon being real is very low. Okay, he does get the other healing sphere off. And he's digging very rapidly through his deck. Look at that card differential. He's gone through 11 more cards than Trock has. This might be a good spot for a throw from Southpaw. Yeah, nice. Catches Caralad blocking. Here he might cash out the aces. Okay, no, just goes for safe stuff. 17 damage. It's going to be 27. Then he's going to take the Ray of Moonlight back. Or the Moonlight Sphere. Okay, very even life totals. Here you can see why it's really, really important to get those 2 attached blocks as soon as you can. Because if Caralad had 2 attached blocks here and a little bit of a larger hand, essentially if Beast Unleashed was real, every combat reveal on Southpaw Hare's part would have to be correct. You know, you'd be able to dodge, to get jokers out of his hand. He's already spent the 1. I think it's fairly likely he's got the other one, or else I probably wouldn't have spent the joker there. Ooh, this is a huge swing. Huge swing. This is probably a joker, but you knock the sphere off. Absolutely, yeah. That is correct play right there. So now everything is real. on all damage is real when it happens to Gloria. We've got 1 Joker spent from Trock. It's probably not in his hand. Or the other one's probably not in his hand. Immediate repower up, so his hand size is now lower again. So there's no possibility of AA here. Caralad can probably just block relatively safely here. 3, 4, yeah, a ton of throws have been spent. Wow, goes in with the king. Yeah, Southpaw Hare is in a lot of trouble right now. So that is the first king played. Going to deal 11 damage, but in order for that to happen, he's got to discard down to a lower hand size. And his hand is probably under a lot of pressure right now. He probably picks up a jack. Jack of hearts. Oh, he's already got the jack of hearts. Queen of hearts. 10 of hearts. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe the 6 would have been better, to be quite honest. Got the threat of a dodge, and you have the more efficient threat against the king. You could bait some queens, maybe, or some jacks. Reversal moves. Immediately attaches Healing Sphere. Does he still have the Ace of Hearts in hand? So he has Ace of Hearts, Jack of Hearts, and 2 other cards. Got Caralad playing relatively safe here. Gloria's got to spend some time. Okay. Alright, so we have Ace, Queen, Jack. Ace, Queen, Jack of Hearts in hand for Southpaw, and 3 mystery cards. One of those is a 2. Again, no throws yet. Yeah, Caralad playing soft to throw. He's like, go ahead. Just see, you know, defend yourself or give me the game, basically. Okay, cycles the 2 out. It's a 7 instead. It's going to be 7, Ace, Queen, Jack, and 2 mystery cards. So he has a throw. You have to a certain extent, respect the throw. Queen is very threatening, though, to Trock. He could go for throw here. Ooh! Yep, that's a good place to spend Ace-Ace. Wow. That's going to be rough to recover from Southpaw. The only risk is, you know, what does Caralad have left in the tank? Okay, gets rid of another jack. Okay, so we still have 7 Ace, Queen, King. Or sorry, 7 Ace, Queen, Jack. And 2 mystery cards. I mean, they're good cards to have. Ooh, there it is. There's something. He overdoses here, though. He's going to be putting himself in a potentially difficult situation. Okay. So Southpaw Hare is going to be at 11. Caralad is going to be at 8. Only 3 spent. A lot of jacks and queens in the discard now. No aces either, so he's got to find... Okay, he's going to get the ace back, yes. Second round curse comes down to 1 turn. Yeah, tense stuff. Caralad needs to find 2 damage. So queen or a jack chip will do. Yeah. Actually, he needs to find 1 damage to prevent the overdose. Oh, nice king. Well done, Southpaw Hare. And Southpaw Hare takes it on the last combat. GG's. Nice set to watch. A lot of fun. Nicely played on both parts. yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. It was so nice to be able to cast something and not have it be, me after the fact. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, enjoy yourselves some Yomi. Cheers.